Hey class, welcome to week 5. Today I'm going to talk to you through the equation of finding your target heart rate. You will see in our week 5 folder, once it's published for you, there will be a folder in there that says target heart rate part 1. You're going to need to open the folder, and in there, this first item here says THR worksheet IHOF. I want you to open this, and you're going to click and download a copy of this document because you're going to work through it as we go through the video. So you see this area here to click to download. And then it'll take just a second for it to come up. And once it does, this is what the sheet should look like. So if you want to hit pause right now, take a second to download that document. That way, when you come back, you're going to be able to fill this in as we go. So finding your target heart rate is really important to help you be successful and make sure your workouts are effective and efficient. Before you start the equation, there are two variables that are specific to you that you need to find. The first one is your resting heart rate. For this example, we're going to give you a resting heart rate of 75. The second variable is your age. And for this example, we're going to have an age of 15. I'm now going to walk you through the steps of the equation. You can see over here, step number 1 is you're going to figure out your maximum heart rate. And here's the equation right here. So you will take 208 minus 0.7 times your age, which in this situation, the age is 15. So after you have work through that equation, you should come up with the answer. That is 197.5 of which is your maximum heart rate, or MHR. This should kind of clue you in by saying it's a maximum, is this is the highest your heart rate would be within a minute. If you get down here at the bottom and your answer is above this 197.5, then you might want to think you might have something wrong with your math. You might want to go back and double check. The second step, if you found the maximum heart rate, is to subtract the resting heart rate, or your RHR, from the maximum heart rate. And you can see the equation right here. So for us, that maximum heart rate of 197.5, and then subtract the resting heart rate, which we are using 75 as, and you'll get an answer to put here as your heart rate reserve. That answer is 122.5. Now you come down here and start working in the intensity level of the workout. We're going to put the intensity level at 70%. So you take your heart rate reserve and you're going to multiply it by the intensity level. Now keep in mind, because this is a percentage, you have to convert this to a decimal. So the equation should be the heart rate reserve of 122.5 times 0.7, which is going to give you an answer of 85.75. The final step is to add that resting heart rate back in, our resting heart rate of 75, and that's going to give you an answer of 160.75. So what this tells you is if you are a 15-year-old person whose resting heart rate is 75 and you want to exercise at a 70% intensity level, you should look for your heart rate to be between 160 and 161 beats per minute. As you're exercising, you can monitor your heart rate in many different ways. You've already found out we can use like heart rate monitors on Fitbits, some of the Apple Watches, and will track your heart rate. And there are a lot of other watches and devices that will do that. Again, it helps you make sure your workout is effective and efficient. If you're trying to have a real high intense workout, you can look at your heart rate to let you know. If you're trying to have a long, moderate workout, you can maybe set your intensity level around maybe 50, 60%. And you can keep your heart rate at that level so you make sure you're doing the right things for your workout. So after you've completed this document and we've gone through this, you'll go back into this folder, the Target Heart Rate 1 folder, and you're going to fill in and answer the questions on this worksheet right here. So it says THR worksheet IHOF. You're going to take that quiz using the answers on the document you have here. Now you do need to have some additional information about maximum heart rate, your resting heart rate, the heart rate reserve, and your target heart rate. So these are some things you'll need to find in there as well. And there is a link down here below that can kind of help you with some of those definitions. Now, the second part of the assignment for the week is after you've done this, you're going to find your own personal target heart rate at 70%. So you'll do the same thing. Click on this link right here. Once the document comes up, you're going to download the document by clicking this arrow, and then you will have a blank document to work on. So what the first thing you're going to do is you're going to find your two variables. So we have your resting heart rate and your age right here. Your age, you should already know. You can type that in. Define your resting heart rate. And what this is your heart rate when you are at your most relaxed. The best time to find your resting heart rate is first thing in the morning, right when you wake up. But for right now, if you need to look at your resting heart rate, hit pause on the video. And what I want you to do is to find your pulse. You can check it on the side of your neck with your right or your left hand. Look kind of right in that little crevice between the esophagus and the side of your neck, and gently press your fingertips in there until you feel a little beat, a little pulse in there. Once you have found that pulse, you're going to want to set a timer for 10 seconds. Take a count for those 10 seconds. When your timer goes off, take that number and multiply it by 6 to give you what your resting heart rate is. So during that 10 seconds, if I count out, say 10 beats, I'd multiply that by 6, and that would give me a resting heart rate of 60. Once you have your resting heart rate and your age, go through all the steps here on this document to help you find what your resting heart rate will be at that 70% level. Make sure you fill in all of these blanks here because it will help you once you get over to the other document. Here are a few more questions that will be on that quiz as well that you're going to take. Once you have the equation worked for your heart rate, come back into here, into our target heart rate folder, and complete this THR worksheet P answer quiz. You'll have pretty much all the answers right here in this document for you. Just make sure you go through the equations and all the calculations correctly. Once you've submitted those, you are done with the assignments for the week. Make sure you get all your workouts done, and make sure you get your discussion board done. Have a great week, and we'll see you soon.